Yes, guys, I'm getting a new chair. I promise. Really, really soon. All you guys see here is a tire. My God, how many screws does it take? I'm doing this wrong. I'm not using the manual. I mean, I don't see why I would need to take this out. Alright, so I took the rear diff cover off. Basically, you just need to take off 4 screws. These 4 screws right here. Oh, sorry, let me zoom out just a smidge. These 4 screws right here, and then the 2 bottom ones. And it looks like it's already shimmed, so I don't think I'm going to squeeze any more shims in there. It's not really moving. The mesh seems fine, so I'm just going to put it back together and assume we're good to go. This is because you guys told me that I probably should shim the diff a little bit. I don't think we're going to do that. I think it's already shimmed. Maybe they already fixed the problem, so we're good. Oh my God. What is up, guys? My name is Mark Santamaria. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the RC vlog, guys. Today, the wait is finally over. We're gonna get to drive the Arrma Kraton 6S. This is the EXB version, the Extreme Basher version. I've just finished building it. I've been building it for the past few videos, and my God. Like, I just turned it on just to make sure it ran before we took it to the park and just drove it kind of right here at my front yard. And that thing is insane. I can already tell it's going to be a jumping beast. I'm super stoked. Let's go take a look at it real quick. Here she is in the finished form. So I'm running the Spectrum 2050 brushless system in it, and then an SR315 receiver with a Spectrum DX5C transmitter. And then I'm also running the ProTech 130T servo. And then the batteries is where it gets a little confusing. I'm running Traxxas 5000 3S batteries. Yes, I am. I'm running Traxxas batteries in my Arrma, and it's because I have so many 3S batteries, and it fits in there perfect. I just built some, or made some connectors, some adapters. So now it's going from, I believe it's IC5 to Traxxas, which everything seems to work fine. So without further ado, I'm waiting for Evan to get home from school because he's going to come with me. And we're going to take this thing to the park and rip it. And then I'll tell you guys my honest opinion. It's pretty much a full review on what I think about this beast. All right. So the verdict is in. I like it, guys. I like it a lot. I think it fits. This is going to sound weird because it's a basher. I think it fits my driving style better. And this is why. The reason why I feel like it fits my driving style better is because I like cars that are extremely stable and basically just are durable, and I can just continue to drive with no worries. And that's what this is. Like, it's so big and heavy, but it's so sturdy. Like, we wrecked it a few times, huge flips in the air, slammed on the ground, but it kept freaking going, and it was extremely stable. Now, where I felt like it fell short is it lacked a little bit of luster when it comes to the driving experience. And what I mean by that is, you can't do backflips with it. Like, Evan tried to do a backflip with it. You definitely can't do front flips with it. You can't really ride wheelies with it. I mean, it's truly just if you want to drive a car and you want it to be stable and you don't want it to break, that's what it is. Now, with all that said, we went through that entire battery pack without breaking anything, but when I was blowing it off, the pinion came off. That is obviously a builder's problem, but the pinion set screw came with Loctite on it. So the fact that it came with Loctite on it, I didn't put any Loctite on there. I screwed it in, it backed out. I ended up putting the pinion back on it and put a new set of Loctite. Basically, I coated a really generous coat of Loctite on the set screw, so hopefully it doesn't come out. I had a wheel nut almost back out. It didn't back out, but it almost backed out. Again, not really bad problems. Those are easy ones to fix. If you get some of those really, really aggressively serrated wheel nuts, that's not going to be a problem. I do feel like I do think I stripped my servo. Not really stripped it, but it seems like it has a lot of slop. Maybe it was like that since that was kind of a backup servo before. But my servo does have a lot of slop, but it's huge, right? It's the tires are big, and we cartwheeled it pretty bad a few times. But other than that, yeah, guys, I hate to admit it, but it's really freaking good. It's super fast. When I was asking Evan about it, like what his thoughts are, he said that it sounded like it was about to explode the whole time, but it's because it has that metal-on-metal gearing. I did confirm that I am running the exact brushless setup and the receiver as you would get if you went and got the Kraton RTR. So I believe that our experience driving it was the same as if you were to go buy a Kraton RTR and drive it. But overall, it's a lot of fun, and again, I like it. It fits my driving style a lot because it's such a stable car, and I'm not super aggressive whenever I bash, right? But you're not gonna you're not gonna do this double backflip, front flips. Like I was talking to Evan when I asked Evan, I said, "So what do you think, bud? How do you like it?" He said he didn't like it as much as the Max, only because with the Max, you're doing double backflips, you're doing front flips. And a Max, you can do a backflip and a front flip in the same jump. Like, that's how aggressive that thing is. And the reason why it can't pull wheelies and ride wheelies is because it has a center diff. It's essentially a race truggy. And that's probably why it fits my driving style better, because I am a racer just in general. So I'm used to cars that are extremely stable, and basically you're planning, you can just drive it however you want to, worry-free. I did kind of do like an assessment on how it handled. So basically, the way it handles is whenever you're off power, pushes like crazy. When you get on power, it does tend to wash out a little bit. And the reason why it does that is because it doesn't have enough anti-squat. So if I were to make a change on the handling, again, I'm thinking racing, which I shouldn't because this is a basher. But if I would have done any changes on handling, I would have added some anti-squat. That way it would have rotated a little bit more off power. And then when I got on power, it would be a little more planted. But overall, it's a great drive. It's worry-free. We went through this entire battery pack. I mean, it was a good 20 minutes. Didn't break anything. We smashed it down on the ground pretty hard. The only thing that happened is one of the plugs came unplugged, but plugged it back in. It was perfectly fine. But yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm not gonna lie. So in regards to power, I didn't feel much of a power difference between. And I'm comparing this with the other monster trucks I've driven, the other RTR monster trucks I've driven that run on 6S. I didn't see a huge power difference. It might feel like more power because it's loud. It's metal on metal gear, so it's loud. It does feel a little heavy, so it's a little bit sluggish, but because it's heavy and sluggish, that also adds to the stability. So yeah, I think that you get the same amount of speed out of the other 6S trucks I've ever driven. But yeah, it's crazy. It's still a crazy amount of power. You're not going to be wanting more power, that's for sure.
Let me hit it again.
The EXB build, the fact that it's an EXB, this is the one that comes as a race roller, not a ready-to-run car. I like it this way. I like all the hop-ups on it anyways. I think it's hopped up really flavorful. Like it's got cool hop-ups on it and nothing over the top. So I definitely recommend getting the EXB if that's within your budget, and then just adding the electronics you want. You can also get a bigger brush system. I put the regular brush system in here just so I can compare it to the other cars. And we will do a comparison between this and the E-Revo 2.0. Those are the two cars that need to battle it out. And we'll throw the Techno in there also. So looking forward to that video, because me and Evan are going to be driving these cars side by side out in the field. And we'll get a really good feel on comparing the two cars and how fast they are and how they feel from a driving perspective. So in regards to the things that I don't like, there wasn't much I didn't like about the car. It is super heavy. It feels heavy. Like when you drive it, it feels like you're driving a tank. It's not as nimble, right? It does jump good because I guess the suspension compresses, but it feels a little sluggish. So I kind of didn't like that, but I kind of did because you didn't really brake. I don't know. I'm kind of indifferent about the whole how it feels heavier. It is. I do think it is heavier too. I didn't like the design of the battery tray. The battery tray was a little strange. Like, it was kind of a cool design. Like, basically the way it works is there's this thing. Actually, I'll just show you guys. So, first off, when you see the battery tray just like that, look, I mean, it's kind of a mess. There's straps everywhere. And then there's this piece that goes up and down to accommodate for different battery sizes. I don't mind that, but there's not, like, really a clean way to mount batteries in there. And it wasn't really straightforward. Even if you were to run the Spectrum batteries, because I have the Spectrum batteries, I feel like, I guess maybe it would have been a little bit more tailored for that. essentially what happens is the strap runs right down the middle of the battery, so it kind of doesn't sit right if you run batteries like this. Granted, these aren't made for it, but I didn't like the battery tray design. Even if you take the straps out, you have to put the straps back in, and in order to get the straps to basically go through the holes again, you have to get a tool to get it out. It's a little tedious. It's not a problem. Like, that's not why I wouldn't say, oh, I'm not buying the car because of the battery tray design. But I did feel like it was kind of a little bit more cumbersome than I wanted it to be. All in all, I give it a big thumbs up. I can't believe I waited this long to get a Kraton. I think I'm missing maybe there's an extra, like, servo connector coming out of the ESC. I think that's for the motor fan. I'm missing maybe a motor fan. I don't know. I got to look all that up. But I'm excited to drive again. It was a lot of fun. I can't believe I waited this long to drive a Kraton. It's going to be a lot of fun to get the Revo and the Kraton out there together and just put them up head to head. I think that's going to be awesome. But I'd definitely give it a big thumbs up. If you got one during Black Friday where it was on super sale, congrats, because that is a crazy sale. Make sure you keep an eye out, because I'm sure they're going to do another sale like that soon. But yes, it's a pretty freaking sweet car. So I hope you liked this video, guys. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and you guys will see me next time. Later, guys.